This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of another purge of the BS, sanctioned by the First Amendment. Frustration levels 0 to 100 have been authorized for use during this purge. All weapons are restricted. Government officials have not been granted immunity from the purge of the BS and shall undoubtedly receive the smoke. Commencing at the sound of the gong, any and all BS, especially unnecessary goofiness, will be purged without prejudice. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be available, but they will be busy because they too will be watching the purge of the BS. Blessed be those who have already been victims of some BS. May God be with you all.
We are live. Once again, another purge of the BS must begin. We're a little short-staffed this evening, but it doesn't take much because there's so much BS. All I gotta do is have at least my man Bravo available for me to purge the BS. So Bravo, would you please join me for another purge of the BS? Please!
Hell yeah. Why
Okay,
not?
I got you.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. I see we got IAMZ in the chat, Purple Groovy in the other chat. We got 2 streams going. It's going crazy tonight. So we're going to hope for the best because the last couple of times things got crazy. I think the chat bot is actually working now with a chat overlay. Good evening, IAMZ. Now, I don't know why Purple Groovy's joint didn't show up, but who cares? We're going to get there. We're going to get there because tonight, I got some stories for you that's going to turn your head a little bit, okay? But before we get into that, I got to make sure that the folks know, like and subscribe, hit the notifications, come back to the channel there, and we'll see what we got going on.
Do the things.
Do the things that you know to do when you're in the place that you understand,
Correct.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yeah, it's very, very detailed what I just said. But nonetheless, I have to go over a few things here with you, Bravo. I do. And it's because it's been such an eventful week that to a degree, I was almost happy that we could take a break from politics. I was almost happy. But we do have a political thing we got to cover.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was almost happy because I thought that we would be able to get through a week, maybe. Wishful thinking, whatever. So nonetheless,
right.
In the opening segment here, I just want to say, I think we're witnessing more of like a controlled demolition with the idea of maybe rebuilding the entire situation. Maybe in a bad way, but I think that once everything is destroyed, there's no choice but to try to build it again. You see what I'm saying? So I think I
get it. I've always assumed that same kind of mindset when I'm trying to look at. I call it bright siding, trying to look at the best slice of what's going on. And the one thing that it always comes back to, shit needed to change. True. So now we're finally getting an opportunity to change some shit. So
that is true.
So I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to look at it that way.
Okay, well, that's a good way to look at it because a lot of things are changing, and a funny thing is, there's a lot of issues that go on in the world that we don't know about, kind of in the back end. Last week I was talking about blueberries. I think it was blueberries that got listeria and people got sick. And a few months ago, I covered a story about something called a screwworm. I don't know if you remember that episode, but there was a screwworm that was like messing with the livestock. And apparently it's real dangerous and dirty or something, right? So apparently they never fixed that problem. I didn't know I got sent a follow-up story to my screwworm story. So because you may have missed the original story.
It's almost like we should have a government agency that looks after all this stuff. It's almost like we should have the government look into this, right?
Yeah, maybe. But that's why I wanted to bring up the story because they have decided that they're now going to take action against the screwworm. But the way that they've decided to take action, I don't know if that's exactly the best way to do it. I'm going to let you see the story real quick. Just hold on. Bear with me just a moment. Bring this on over for you.
it's just funny to me. Like, we gonna gut all these services and then need them right away.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So this one, the U.S. plans to drop millions of flies from the sky to prevent the spread of flesh-eating man-eater maggots. So I guess the question is, which one would you want to be more annoyed by? The flies, because he said millions of flies, and or the so-called flesh-eating maggots.
Well, first of all, the flies won't be eating my flesh, so
Well,
I've never really been down with too many maggots. I don't know. Maybe that's just the way I live my life.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're a problem. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know it was such. I covered it a while ago because it was just funny to me because the name of the worm was a screwworm, and I got a dirty sense of humor, so that was funny to me. That's why I covered the story. But now it's gotten to the point that they had to go into a boardroom and they had to say, "Look, man, these screwworms are getting out of control, and we got to come up with a way to deal with them." So what they've decided is they're going to breed millions of flies and then just unleash them in the general area from the sky, hoping that they know their assignment and that they just go deal with the screwworms. Right. I think this is a bad idea.
Are you familiar with the Australian cane toad?
Australian cane toad? No, sir.
Cane toad. All right, so basically there was this vermin eating up all the sugar cane in Australia. And so they brought in a frog that eats them. But there was no predator for that frog. So every mating season, the roads are covered with these cane toads everywhere. People are driving over them. They're everywhere.
This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something similar. I'm feeling like this will be
so where do the flies go?
Yeah,
where do the flies go?
I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna go to people's houses, I guess, and become an annoyance, and then people will be like, "Man, these damn government flies, they're everywhere." So, I mean, they didn't say a couple of them, and they didn't say they were going to just focus them on a certain farmland. They're just going to drop them in the sky from probably some bags, some fly bags.
I don't think they would thought about this enough.
Yeah,
I think this is a little too rushed. I think they fired the people who knew how to deal with this shit.
Well, somebody came up with this idea, and nobody is debating it right now because the U.S. government is expecting that they would lose $100 billion in revenue if they let this screwworm just screw everything. So they are planning, what is it, $29.5 million multi-agency plan with 200 million sterile, okay, there you go, male flies, and they're going to breed them in Mexico. So they're hoping that these sterile male flies don't find some female flies and create additional flies. They said they're sterile, so I guess they cut off their fly nuts.
So I got two questions. Well, three questions. One, who's counting all the male flies to make sure they ain't got no balls?
That's what I'm saying. Whose job is that? Whose job is that? I'm a fly guy.
Question is, the second question is, they're doing these in Mexico. The tariffs on that is going to be huge.
Yeah, huge tariffs. You're just dropping them over the border. You can't do that.
Exactly. And there's number three. Did we all forget Jurassic Park and what Jeff Goldblum said?
Life will find a way. Yo, every time you can count on it. You can count on it every time. Okay, every time. We'll see when this story comes back later, after the flies have become a nuisance to the populace that's surrounding the area, and they start finding a way to breed with the other flies that are there, and then some super fly happens. Don't say we didn't warn you here on Purge the BS.
On the Texas Mexico border. Okay, I was like, please don't be up my way.
But apparently these little flesh-eating maggots are set to hatch in the lower U.S. soon, and so the government has decided to try to get ahead of this. Now the thing is, if they already know that they're about to hatch and they know where they're hatching from, why don't they just kill them before they hatch? Why don't they
spray the area?
Yeah, it's no Roe versus Wade regarding them. Yeah, it's no Roe versus Wade regarding screwworms. So
that makes way too much sense. Instead, they want to make this like Home Alone trapdoor mechanism to kill his thing instead of just spraying the whole shit.
So apparently they can eat 1,000-pound cow in 2 weeks. Now, depending on how you chop it up, I could probably eat a big ass cow in 2 weeks, man. Because give me some good steaks, a couple of ribeyes,
How do they get here? How do they get here? And maybe some ladies botched BBL or what?
We're not sure. We're not sure. They started somewhere else, but they're called the North American or New World screwworm. So I guess they came from here. I guess they're Americanized. Like they have birthright citizenship. Apparently, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought it was
the new world.
Yeah, so this is, like I said, I just cover the news. I'm just covering the situation. So for those of you on the Mexico-Texas border, it's about to get really fly infested for a little bit. They're dropping 200 million. That's a lot of flies. That's a lot of flies. So even if they only are around for a bit.
200 million incel flies.
Yeah.
Incel flies in your area.
In your area.
Barbecue now before it's too late.
Oh my God. I can only imagine, but nonetheless. So I'm gonna come away from that story. But I just thought you should know, in case you're gonna be down there sometime soon. Okay? Just letting you know. All right.
You might be coming away from that story, but you know who's not coming? Those flies.
Them flies. Hold on, I just wanted to make sure. Oh, they're being produced in a Mexico facility. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's gonna be a tariff on them flies.
Yeah. Right.
Oh
right.
Shit. Oh my goodness. Oh. What a time we live in. What a time. All right, let me get back to the other thing. Get back to the next story. Next story. All right. What we got next?
What's this?
Before we get to this next thing, I got to make sure everybody that's in here, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. The next story that we have might make some people upset. I don't really care, but we're going to find out tonight. Okay? But
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's been a couple of recent videos of some people crashing out. One of which was an ex America's sweetheart. Do you remember Mary Lou Retton?
Yes.
From back in the day, like the little gymnast. I never watched gymnastics until her. Like I never even was watching it. It wasn't even a thing, right? And all of a sudden, I think she got hurt or something like that, like a lot of the gymnasts do. And then they just kind of disappear from the public eye. And then you never see them again, right? Mm-hmm. Well, she pops back up in a DUI video. Yes. Mary Lou Retton.
Ain't that the case? Ain't that
Mary Lou Retton. And I think you're going to be surprised as to not only her handling of this pullover, but just her general demeanor. Like her general... Just wait. I got you. I already know you just going to do the shit.
But how was the dismount?
Well, let's see here. Oh, let me bring it up here. Hold up. It didn't do my... There we go. All right.
Yeah, mine's in my other car. Okay, leave your phone there. I'm going to run you through some field sobriety tests, okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. But we have to.
Mm-hmm. Seriously? All right.
He's a gymnast, dude.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's walk over here to this line, okay?
All right.
No, she's not the one Tanya Harding beat up.
You should be pretty good at this, huh?
Yeah. I mean, upside down.
Yeah. All right. So what I want you to do is put your feet together, hands down to your side for me, okay? I want you to stay in that position. Do you have any head or back injuries?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, God.
Anything that would prevent you from driving?
Metal.
Metal all over?
All over.
Okay. What I want you to do is using your eyes, I want you to watch my finger, okay? Don't move your head.
I just gotta pause it for a second. This wasn't the Mary Lou Retton I remembered. When I saw the video, I was like, whoa, that's Mary Lou Retton? Mary Lou Retton was on a Wheaties box when I was growing up.
She was. Now she looks like she's made of 90% Wheaties box.
She's still doing all right. She's getting out of a Porsche truck there, if you didn't notice. Just saying, gymnastics must have paid well.
She's probably got a school. She probably got a school going.
Yeah,
That's-
like a
that-
gymnast
that's
school.
That's good bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably good bread right there.
I would assume so. So, at first glance, how do you think Mary Lou Retton, previous U.S. medalist gymnast, is going to do in the sobriety test?
I think that it's in the blood. I think she's going to start off well, then she's going to get too fly with it. She used to do flips on 3-inch beams.
Yeah, she did. She really did.
Right?
Like
So
it was nothing.
I think she's going to start off doing real well and then start feeling herself and then just fail miserably. That's my prediction.
Okay. Well, we're going to see where it goes. We're going to see where the predictions go. I just wanted to see what your forethought was. I haven't watched the whole video. I just heard that this happened, or at least the video just came out. And because I was a fan, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was a fan when I was a kid. I used to love Mary Lou Retton. She was like America's little sweetheart. She was always smiling and stuff. And now she looked different. That's all I'm gonna say. She looks different.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, she was the first one that had me like, oh, don't gymnast.
That's what I was saying.
You know
Like, that's what I was saying. I did not watch no gymnastics, nothing before she came around.
Right.
It was not a thing. It was literally not a thing. So I don't know.
What?
I'm just saying. So anyway, let me let the video finish. I'm going to speed it up because it's a pretty long video because you know how they do with the damn sobriety test. They always take forever. And once it gets to the bullshit, I'm going to cut it off. But, hey, Chief in the chat, Chief said something in the chat, and I wanted to recognize Chief. Thank you for stopping in and checking out the channel, checking out the video. Chief said, stop hating, double tap the screen, hit the like button. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, Chief. All right, let's keep going with Mary Lou Retton. Let's see what happened with Mary Lou. Oh, Mary Lou. Oh, my God.
Do me a favor, don't move your head, okay? Keep your head right there.
How old is she, though?
Do me a favor, keep your head in the middle, just follow with your eyes.
She's got to be like 70 at this point. Like, she was
Keep
20-something when I was a
following.
kid, right? No, I guess not.
Follow my
I
finger.
hope not.
Okay.
I see it.
You see it? Okay, this is just a test. You just keep following it.
Yeah, I guess we're showing our age.
All right, well, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed.
See it.
Okay.
She looks like she's kind of wavering a little bit, though. That's
Keep
all I'm
on the
going to
finger.
say.
Look at your beautiful blue eyes.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey, maybe
It's
she
okay.
got on that good oxygen today, yo.
There's no
Okay.
way she's like 50,
And then
though.
same thing, all right, but we're going to go
Not
up and down this time,
possible.
okay?
Not
Just using
possible.
your eyes, follow my finger.
No, she ain't passing this, bro. She is definitely.
Okay. This next test, okay, it's called the walk and turn test, all right?
Oh, I can do this.
So
Nah,
we're going to use
she
this
ain't
straight line
passing
right
this.
here, okay? And I'm going to explain it to you and demonstrate for you, okay? 224. If I didn't advise, I'm going to be outfield sobriety. All right. Go ahead.
You know what's funny is she's still little as shit.
Okay.
She is so still
She has
small.
something
Exactly,
Jackson
yo.
does as a white in another state.
She's
where
tiny, bro.
Like she didn't go through the whole get fat
10-4.
later
If you
in
need
life.
your oxygen, you can carry it. I'm not going to make you take it off.
All right, though.
Well,
Here's the
okay,
problem.
so here's what we're gonna do, all right?
Here's the problem. She
All
was
right.
born in 1968.
68.
She's only 9 years. She's only 9
Hey,
years old.
hey,
She's
hey,
11
hey,
years
hey,
older than
hey,
us.
hey. She don't need to just say what age she is. Don't worry about what age we are. You know what I'm saying? Just say what age she is. Don't be putting all that information out
Say
there
it.
for the crazies.
I'm just saying, she looks more than a decade older.
Yeah, she looks like she's my mother's age. And my mom's is 30 years older than me. So,
Yo, she looked.
ooh,
Like,
and she looks older than my mother. Let me say that. She
She
looks older than my mom's. And my mom's.
Mama, you are right. She looks older than your mama.
Yeah, she looks older than my
right.
mom's, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah, she looked like Mary Lou hit the wall and the wall fell on her. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
apparently life is different for a gymnast after they finish
Yeah,
gymnasing.
well, you do. Yeah.
Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna let it keep going.
You
Hold
take
on,
your right
I'm sorry.
foot, put it in front of
I
your
didn't
left
mean
on
to
that
cut it,
line.
guys. I didn't mean to cut it,
Okay,
guys.
oh,
Sorry.
stay there. Let me explain the test.
Hold on, I gotta find the screen.
Take
here
your
so
right
I can
foot,
see it.
put it in front of your left on that line, okay? Okay, go ahead and get in that position for me. Right foot in front of left. Put your hands down to your side for me.
My God.
All right, staying in this position, okay? I'm going to explain the rest of the test, all right? So don't leave that position. You're going to take, nope, go ahead. Yes, ma'am, really.
Okay.
You're going to take 9 consecutive heel-toe steps, and it's going to look like this. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9 while counting out loud and looking down at your foot. When you get to 9, you're going to take a series of small steps, and you're going to turn around, okay? Then you're gonna take 9 consecutive heel toe steps back. It's gonna look like this: 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9. Okay, I did 3. You're gonna do 9. While doing that, I want you to keep. No, don't start yet. While doing that, I want you to keep your hands down to your side. I want you to not jump. Don't step off the line. It's gonna be heel to toe. Touch your heel to your toe. Okay, and I want you to count out loud. I know. Okay, well let's heel to toe. Okay, keep your hands down your side.
She did not stay on that line, bro. Not even close. She gets 3 steps in, and actually, she didn't do too bad on the way back.
Listen, I know, but we gotta get 3 steps.
She was all right.
What I'm saying.
So here's another test. Okay, it's called the one leg stand test. All right, if you want to get some oxygen or something first, real quick. I don't know if you know.
I'll just say she paid for something to happen up top that's younger than her.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. There's definitely a difference in body type happening on her currently. I don't, and that might not.
She's built like a hammer.
Yeah, so she might not be able to balance herself correctly because of that. I think we need to take that into consideration.
This is true.
Just saying. I think the officer.
Like a hammer, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah. And she only weighs like 70 pounds. Like whatever. She had some work done, and the work weighs as much as her. Just looking at it. Never mind.
70 pounds with boots on.
Yeah, she was literally getting ready to set up and do her balance beam routine on that parking lot line. I thought because she started putting her arms up, I said, oh, she's about to start to try to do something. But she didn't do all that. She's got an oxygen line attached to her, so maybe she can't flip anymore. I don't know, but damn, how old is she? Damn. She looked, woo!
Okay, go ahead and get some oxygen real quick.
That's wild, boy.
She should have, see, here's the thing. If she doesn't do it right, you know she's got to be intoxicated because of her history.
Okay. So put your feet together for me on that same line. Hands down to your side for me, okay?
Yo,
Go ahead and fix what you gotta fix real quick. I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. If you need to fix
So
something
Chief
or
is
do something, go
cracking me
for
up
it.
right now. Chief is cracking me up. I'm
Go ahead
trying
and put
to
your feet
be,
together for
I'm
me.
trying
Hands
to
down
be
to your side. Using
sympathetic.
either foot, okay? It doesn't matter. You're gonna let me explain it first.
Oh,
We're not located in any other state.
I want you to take your either foot, okay? You're gonna lift it up and you're gonna count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, and so forth until I tell you to stop, okay? It's gonna be about approximately 6 inches off the ground, all right? You're gonna look. I don't need any higher, approximately 6 inches. Hold on, wait till I begin. I tell you to begin. You're gonna look down at your foot and you're gonna count out loud while doing that. Don't hop around and don't lift your arms for balance, okay? Wait till I tell you to begin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You may begin whenever you're ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh God.
Keep trying.
5, 6, 7.
Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. Keep going.
Yeah, that's not going. You're going to jail, Mary Lou. I'm sorry,
4,
baby.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I didn't say. I said 1001, 1002 till you stop. No.
No,
Here,
Mary Lou.
I'll go through it again. Then we can try it again, and I'll explain it all again to you. Okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lift your foot up approximately 6 inches off the ground. Okay? You're gonna count 1001, 1002, 1003.
At this point, he could just take her to jail. Why put her through any more of it? You see what I'm saying? Why don't he just say, you know what?
One of these. Half the test is paying attention, and I hate it because they waste so much time when you know what you're supposed to do.
Right.
They waste so much time.
And then you still don't
You know what
do
I
it
mean?
right. Like, come on. Like, she's trying to rush to do, but I'm just saying at this point, she's done. She's cooked. She's already cooked. So why put this elderly lady through anything else at this point? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. She's done. She's done.
And so forth until I tell you to stop. Okay? Do you understand?
Master just called.
Okay.
If you have anything for me, then it's off.
Leaving your hands down to your side. Wait till I tell you to begin. Leaving your hands down to your
We
side.
under arrest right now.
I'm-
Being charged with somewhere at CIC.
Man, cut your headphones
Leave your hands down to your side, okay?
Me nuts.
I'll let you know when it's
I'll tell you when to begin. All right?
I thought this was
You may
sped up.
begin.
It is sped up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know if this.
You need oxygen first?
Might
Okay,
be
get some of your oxygen real quick.
Mic volume dipping a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
like noise canceling or something.
Man, I don't know why
You
you
need to
put
sit
her
for a
through all
second,
that.
or
No, no.
okay.
I mean, seriously.
Yes, ma'am. Seriously. Miss Retton, do you have your driver's license on you anywhere?
No, I got a passport.
You don't even have a license?
No, it's in Texas.
You know your driver's license in Texas?
Yeah.
But you just don't have it with you?
I don't have it.
Okay, that's...
It's valid.
All right.
236 right now. She's advising me through Texas.
Keep going until I tell you to stop.
no, no.
Count out loud for me.
9 seconds? Come on.
I didn't say 9 seconds. I said till I stop.
Dude, please.
Actually,
my
the
God.
driver's license expired in 2015.
No, it's not. Is
Okay.
it
Well,
mine?
we'll figure that out in
Oh,
a second.
damn, she got an expired
I mean,
license,
this is the
too?
last time I'm gonna have you restart the test.
Let me tell you what,
Oh, no.
life
That's
of a
right,
gymnast is different. I didn't know. I don't know what happens after. Like, you don't see them anymore. You see them when they're freaking 17 to 22, and then after that, you never see these people anymore. Yeah, she's done. She's done.
Test, okay?
All right. Yeah, I'm.
Yep, you're gonna count out loud until I tell you to stop. Okay? You may begin whenever you're ready.
No, I can't do it.
You can't do it?
Maybe you want to stop. No, I can't do
Okay, that's fine.
That's
I understand. You got oxygen. You got other stuff going on. I understand.
it. Really?
Yes, ma'am.
You get her returned.
Oh my
You got a
god.
lot going on, man.
Yeah, I
put your
mean,
shoes back
but
on,
this is
yep.
what I'm saying. If a person has like oxygen tanks and all that kind of stuff, why do you put them through all that? Especially once she kind of failed the first part. So she gets back over here by the car, and let's see what they say.
You failed all your field sobriety, ma'am.
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you
I
did.
not.
I'm sorry, Mary Lou, you failed.
Come on. Come on.
She failed at the beginning, which is the little do you know,
I'm going
because she didn't keep her
You
head
can
straight.
call him later.
Yeah.
She failed at the very beginning.
Look, man, she failed every test. She failed the finger thing. She failed the walk the line test. She did good on the way back on the walk the line. I'll give her that one. But on the way up, she was all over the place. She couldn't hold her leg up. She failed every test. They didn't even do the whole backwards alphabet thing with her, nothing crazy like that. She failed everything. So after the second thing, they could have just stopped there and said, look, hey, you're going to have to go to jail today. At minimum, we got to take your car. Then they found out apparently that her license is suspended. So she's got, or expired. Expired. That's different. She's got an expired license.
Yeah, it's different.
It is different because suspension is you did something and they suspended it. Expired just means you didn't go and renew it. Doesn't necessarily mean it was taken away from you. So it does have a different weight to it. Like you can have an expired license and they'll let you go.
I mean, she might have forgot about it. Just look at her face. She's had a lot of other things on her mind, apparently.
Yeah, well, you know, life
You know what I
did
mean? It's
something
hard-
different
it's hard
between the
being-
90s
yeah.
and now to her. I don't know what she's been up to, but it didn't fare well. Jeez.
Life hit different and repeatedly.
Hard. So let's just see when, because they're going to lock her up. I already know they're going to lock her up at this point.
You don't want to call him now?
I want to call him now.
No, that's not how this works. Sorry.
Oh my god.
She want to call her lawyer. She know what she's
But I'm
trying
truly
to do.
sorry. I'm truly sorry. I'm going through this
Right.
too. You know, if I could avoid this, I would. But
No, you're not.
you're
You got to go.
No, you're not.
See, now he didn't have to say that. He did not have to say that.
Yeah, he
Stop
did.
that.
He's trying to be nice. He probably, you know,
He's like,
he probably knows who
he's
she
like,
is.
He's like, I'm going through this too. He's like, I'm going through this
Uh-oh.
too. Like, you the one doing it, bro.
yeah, you going through it too. Yeah, I'm going through this too. I
at this
got to do
point,
paperwork.
if you blow all zeros, you know, we can do something else. But
Would you want to get your blood taken?
Why?
because if you refuse to blow, I have to get a search warrant and do a blood draw.
Unless you volunteer for it.
Call Gino, please.
It's
Gino doesn't have jurisdiction in Fairmont.
there's no.
Where is he? Whitehall?
Yep.
Whitehall, this is Fairmont. That's kind of the problem we have here.
So what do we do?
You can
Your
blow.
options are to provide us a roadside breath sample, which, in all honesty, you don't have to. Regardless,
No, I
you're
don't.
Regardless, you're going to be
Man,
arrested.
Says you already
She's forgetting
failed.
that she has superpowers.
Secondly,
She is a
I'm gonna
formerly
go to jail.
famous
I didn't say that.
white
I
woman.
said
All she has to do is
elderly.
not say nothing.
Breath either on station. If you refuse
Yes.
there, we have to
She
get
has the
search warrant for your
superpowers,
blood.
man.
So that your options are either provide
what
us
she
with a
want,
secondary
bruh.
blood sample or a breath sample
Just-
at the office, or
Just don't.
We gotta search-
No, that's the trick they always try to get you to do.
Well, let's see here. So she does eventually get arrested. At this point, they do take her to jail. But what I wanted you to also hear about, because there was a follow-up story to this, because this just got released about 2 days ago, the body cam footage. Apparently, she crashed out
Yeah.
at the police station. Like, she was basically saying that she wanted
Yeah.
to unalive herself, and like she was really going through a depressive moment. You know, we've been talking about this mental health thing for a while, and at the end of the day, she didn't seem like she's doing that bad. She's driving a Porsche, you know, she's Mary Lou Retton, you know. I just
She literally, she obviously has health care.
yeah, she's got an oxygen tank. So, you know, Americans are doing a little worse than you, Mary Lou. So I'm not saying you can't feel bad for yourself, but I just think that might have been, I think it doesn't seem fair.
Here's a question, man.
Uh-huh.
Here's a question. When she was at the station,
I got
did
the
she ask to
station.
speak to somebody's manager?
She looked like she would
She
too.
asked to speak to someone's manager.
let's give her 2 minutes at the station, all right? And then we'll move on to the next story.
All right, let's see.
Oh, it was.
Earth 20.
I know. I can feel it.
Go ahead.
Reverend's triple I. I don't believe the DMO's triple I. Thanks, down certified.
Whatever.
10-4. Whatever, you'll take their oxygen?
No. Not
So she won't take her oxygen.
No.
Yeah.
POV when your white woman superpowers don't work.
I'll die here and you guys will live with that.
Why are you?
Come on, dude.
All right, see, at this point, she's putting herself through some shit. All right, she's putting herself through this. She took her oxygen off, and she's saying that she's gonna die there. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say the word, but that's what she said. I'm just covering the story. At this point, she's crashing out. So I can't watch it. It's sad.
But here's the craziest part about all of this, because I understand when
The
you're
craziest
in an emotional
part.
state that you may not know. You know what I mean? You can't make rational decisions. But what out of any of her decisions would be the ultimate? You know what's going to happen ultimately? They're not going to let you go. You've been arrested. You know what I mean? Not taking your oxygen is just going to hurt you. That's not going to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah, I don't know.
should know this.
That's what I'm saying. She's doing a little bit too much. I have a certain level of sympathy because she's an elderly white woman, even though she's not that old. She just looks that old.
She's not. She's beat up.
She's not even close to that old. Like wow.
No.
I didn't know.
No.
Yeah,
I have
there's no way. Hey, special shouts to Grush Diva and Jeff Kendall that jumped in the chat over here. Sorry guys, we've been reviewing this video. Not that I didn't see you in the chat, but this is tough for me to watch. We're watching a lot of our, idols go down in different ways. All types of idols, right? And so for me, like Mary Lou Retton was like
become the villain.
Yeah, before there was Simone Biles and all the stuff that we have now, there was Mary Lou Retton, and she bridged the gap. She bridged the gap.
Yeah.
She had the whole America Sweetheart thing. She was on the Wheaties box, man. Being on the Wheaties box means something. That's better than being on the NBA 2K cover back in the day, or similar to it. It's probably similar to it. But yeah, life be hard. Albon said it in the chat. Life be lifing though. It does. And apparently it caught up to Mary Lou when she got off that balance beam. Cause damn.
whatever life be doing, it happened to her at least twice. Look at
man. So I'm not gonna let it go any further because I see she's about to crash out. She's already crying. And there's nothing that can come of this that would be beneficial to Mary Lou's history of being a great champion. So hopefully she gets through this, but this is recent. This just happened, a few weeks ago. They just released the body cam. So she definitely caught a DUI that day. So whatever was hard in life just got a little harder for Mary Lou. So she's trying to dismount from life.
That made me feel closer. that made me feel closer to Mary Lou. She part of the club.
Yeah, she's part of the everybody club now. She's just like everybody else. She's out there getting DUIs and not passing the field sobriety test, just like everybody else. All right, well, I see not too many people. Man. Not too many people seem sympathetic in the chat either. I'm just saying, everybody's just kind of like, oh well, that's what she gets. Oh, okay.
It's for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons, sir.
She's obviously doing all right, is what I'm saying. She's doing fine driving a Porsche truck.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, all right, let me move into the next situation. Get to the next one. Sorry about that. I'm through with her. Okay? Don't worry. Why can't I do the thing here? There we go. Stop the share. It won't stop the share.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Yo, I want to stop the share. Stop the damn share. There it goes. Oh, I see, because it's on top of this taskbar. So the taskbar is trying to be, it's being bossy. The taskbar is being bossy. So anybody else, hey, special shouts to No Captivity with Freezy, my man Freezy over there. Special shouts to him for the super chat. He put in great show. Salute to everyone on the show. Make sure y'all check Freezy out. Freezy, if you got a show going on, I'm going to put a redirect in there later if I can find your joint. If not, I think you can put links in the chat. So if you got one set up already, go ahead and put that link in the chat. I'll make sure the folks that are over here end up over there. Freezy does a great show over there. I'm going to tell you, honestly, I'm chasing after your graphics and all of that. I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you. But in a good way. In a good way. In a really good way. So y'all make sure you support Freezy like Freezy just supported us. And you send a super chat. Anyway, let me get to this next story, man, because I feel so bad after the Mary Lou Retton story. Like, I really... She was like an icon to me, man. You know, a little... She
gonna be all right, man.
She gonna be, obviously. She probably made bail that night. She seemed like the type that could make bail. That's all I'm saying. And hopefully she didn't... If she crashed out too much, though, they keep you in there extra long. Like, if you wilding out, they can't just send you back into the street if you're doing too much. They got to put you on like a 72-hour watch where they put you in a room by yourself. They take all your clothes off. They put the padding on you, the whole thing. So if this continued, that's where she ended up.
Yeah.
That's where she ended up.
I'm going to tell you, there's two reasons why she's going to be all right. She's the one, you saw her driving it. That's the first reason.
That's
and
true.
The secondary reason is she knows her lawyer's number. You know what I'm saying? People gotta find the lawyer. She knows. First of all,
what kind of trouble? What kind of trouble you getting in on the regular that you just know your lawyer's number? Like, you just, if you're not involved in a divorce or something, like, why do you have that kind of information readily available? What kind of life you living, Mary Lou?
Exactly.
What kind of life you living?
Mary Lou, she about that life, yo.
Well, I'm gonna show you one that's about that life. Now, this is one that I think you're gonna like because it brings me to the satisfaction that I've had previous in life when I've had to quit a job. Like, I had another job lined up and I really didn't like the job that I was at. And I was able to like quit on my own terms. And I'm going to ask you in a second, what's your best quit a job story? But before we get to your story, I want to make sure they see this lady's story because she goes off. I hope y'all are ready. Hold on a second. Let's share this out. Share it out! Why is it not changing? Change! There we go. Change! All right, you ready, Bravo? You're going to love this.
Let's go.
So apparently this lady got fired after she set up the continental breakfast at her job, which is a hotel. Uh-oh, my internet connection is unstable.
Calm down, lady.
Ma'am, it's a 911. Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, so here's my question. Now, it looks like she got fired right after she set up the continental breakfast for all of these.
Any boss would do that. Any boss who's going to fire you will do that. They always will. They get the work out of you first.
Yeah, they fire you at the end of the shift, stuff like that. I know how they do. I know how they do. So I'm gonna tell you my best quitting story, okay? Because I've quit a few jobs in my life here. In my life, I have quit a few jobs, okay? But
no way, not you.
The best one I had, okay? This job, I worked at a spot. I'm not gonna say their name, but the company name rhymes with B Blow Twice, okay? It's a financial institution, okay? I'm not saying their name, but I worked for them on a contract for 18 months, right? But it was a 6-month contract. It was one of those situations where it sort of like renewed on its own. You know, 6 months will come around. You're like, hey, am I good? They're like, yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. One of those kind of contracts, right? So it went on for 18 months. And I'm looking at the calendar, you know, because I'm that guy. I'm paying attention. And that time starts to come around, and I realize I didn't have a conversation with anybody because up until then, it's been, don't worry about it, right? So I decide to check the schedule about 3 weeks out because it was all automated, right? And I realized I am not on the schedule. 3 weeks from now, which is the exact time when the damn contract was going to renew. So I knew what was about to happen. And I got upset because I realized that they weren't going to say nothing to me. They were just going to let me work. And then that last day, they were going to be like, hey, this is all we need from you. And I have a family to feed. And at the time I was a little younger, I didn't have time for no BS. And yes, I could crash out. So with that information, I went on with my life. I found another gig, right? I went and got the other gig. I had the other gig start date lined up for the week where this was going to happen on the contract anyway, but I didn't say nothing to the people I was working for. And I want to say it was like Wednesday. I could have gone till Friday, but it's like Wednesday I was in there. And 2 weeks before I started telling everybody this story about this guy that I knew who left at lunch and never came back at this job that I had before. And this was a true story, but I kept talking about it. And I said to myself, you know, one of these days I want to be that guy. So the day came.
Right.
I went to lunch and I didn't come back. But I'm outside of the building because they had a basketball court there. I'm literally outside of the building shooting hoops. And my supervisor's looking down from up, like, where, you know, whatever floor. He can see me out there. You know, I'm getting in there. I'm dunking because I was still young, right? So I'm out there just like I don't care. And I'm in dress clothes. That's the even funnier part about it, right?
Right.
So the supervisor comes out and he's basically like, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be back from lunch. I said, no, I'm not going back in there. But since you out here, can you take this badge and all this other stuff with you? I'm good. He was like, you don't want your job no more? I said, no, I'm cool. I said, I'm shooting hoops right now. Can you give me a minute? Yo, it was so funny. Like, basically, playing basketball.
Busting my rhythm
yeah,
up,
you're messing up what I'm doing over here, bro. Go back over there. Take this badge with you. I'm shooting hoops right now. Leave me the hell alone. And, of course, that was, you know, that was my way out. And then I left, and that was the end of that. But I'll never forget that. It was so satisfying. Because they were going to do me wrong. They were going to do me wrong, and I wasn't going to be.
They always will. They always will.
But as far as this lady,
you don't take control of it.
Yeah, as far as this lady, I think it's a justified crash out because they can replace all of that, and she's going to leave a mess for somebody to clean up. Probably the person that just fired her because she getting ready to go out of there, and there's not going to be anybody there to clean that up. So I can see why this is the best you can do. And what you going to get? Destruction of property. Give it to me. I'm satisfied. They shouldn't have done that to me.
Shit.
I'll take that charge.
That's just you. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
shit.
you ain't doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I guess for me, my issue when I left and I did my shit, it actually was kind of jacked up because I was working a contract for this government agency, right? I was working a contract and some lady was put on our team. We all worked remote. This is during the virus times, right? So it was around 2020. We're all working remote, and this lady comes on our team. She's out of Florida, right? And she's always complaining. Not complaining, but saying like, oh my gosh, the rent is so high, XYZ. You know what I mean? My husband just got hurt, I always need some money. And because it was deemed not illegal to discuss salaries between employees, right? It's called the Lilly Ledbetter Act. You're allowed to speak about your salaries.
Right.
I found out she's getting paid Florida money when we're all working in DC, technically, because we're remoting to DC. So she was getting paid 30% what everybody else was getting paid.
Ooh.
And she had more qualifications than anybody else on the team. So I said, hey. So you need to talk. You said you need to talk to your contractor and say, hey, you need to go ahead and get you bumped up. At least bump you up to 75% of what we're making, and that'll be double and a half of what you're already making, right? So I mean that would be fair. Come to find out, just like you look 3 weeks ahead at your schedule, all of a sudden, me being in IT, I'm starting to see permissions being revoked on my stuff. Slowly here, slowly there. So I said, all right, I think I know what's going on. First of all, I think, she was a white girl, so she didn't know the code. So she obviously blabbed and said it wrong. She didn't just say, I want DC money instead of Florida money. She said,
Bravo
told me.
Yep. She brought you up. Oh, who
right.
said it? Bravo said that? Really? Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. And so then they came to me. They were like, I said, look, I know what's going on. I said, if y'all try to let me go, just have that conversation with me. I said, don't be pussies about it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. And I said, you know what? I'm glad you came to me straight. But that's where you're wrong. I am going to quit. Not only am I going to quit, I am going to tell you on my termination form to say would hire again. And I want to see you do it. Because if you fire me, I am going to claim unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go for the max, which you have to pay.
Yep, good. Gotta
You know what I
pay
mean?
for it.
But you have to pay. So let me find out. And the thing is, while you're waiting to fire me, I still work here, and you don't want that.
Yep. And you know, I had a job one time
I was like,
send me
all
my
these people-
own firing request by accident. Like I had a job literally
That's so
send me
crazy.
my own work ticket to disable my own account because I was part of the queue.
Dude, that's what happened to me too. That's what happened to me when I used to work for this financial company in Bethesda, man. What happened was it was a small IT shop. There was the main guy and there was me. And so I was the one decomming all the computers for people who just got fired because they were going through mass layoffs. I felt like Debo because my little cart had a squeaky wheel. And every time I walked on the sales
somebody
floor,
was getting fired.
Everybody just looked at me. Yeah, everybody's trying to find out who went to a meeting just recently. You don't need to find out. And they always watch me, always until I get to the computer and I take it down. As soon as I unplug a computer, they're like, oh, ooh, you know what I mean? And so I was a Grim Reaper. And then one day they sent me a request to decom my own shit.
Yeah, that's what they did to me. Because you be in IT and then they forget when you put in these requests, the automated system creates a ticket that comes to the person that's in IT.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I've been through that before. So I'm asking the chat. The chat seems to think that this lady's crash out was justified. I believe that I feel that way. You know.
Emotionally, I agree with you, but
it doesn't look like anybody was hurt. But yeah, she's
True
definitely, they definitely didn't get to eat waffles right then. So, but yeah, I would say damage wise, she couldn't have done any more than $50 worth of damage. So I think it's worth it. Sorry. Maybe I'm just from a wrong place.
Man, they're going to run up the score. They're going to be like, oh, you got to pay for the employee salaries that we had to have go clean it up and reset it up, and they're going to run up the score.
I don't know, man. I don't know. The butter packets are still usable that I see on the ground. So, and these apples, you just wash them off. You're good there. There's a couple oranges. They have skin on them. You know, the oranges have skin on them. So yeah, she's all right. She'll be all right. Lady, justified crash out. I'm going to give her a justified crash out applause for that, okay? So, just giving her the crash out applause. She definitely did that. All right, let's get to the next one. You ready? Oh, special shouts to Tamara jumping in the chat. Haven't seen Tamara in a minute. Tamara, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you, Tamara. Haven't seen you in a second. So, let's get to this next story because I'm through with this one. But yeah, justified crash out. Justified, yo. Justified.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because if what Tamara's saying is true, she set that up on her overtime because she worked the night shift, and she was just about to get off, but they asked her to set that up. Oh yeah, okay,
yeah, man. Justified crash out, man. Justified crash out. I mean, you know, I would give credit where credit's due. At the worst, you might spend a weekend in jail over that. So do your thing, lady. It's worth it, man. I'm telling you, the satisfaction you get from some of these things. Some of the satisfaction. I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for that? Well, speaking of satisfaction, I got to talk about this next story. This is more of a conversation. Did you know that Justin Bieber recently dropped an album called Swag?
Okay, so why even say swag? Like, look, 2010 wants its word back, sir.
Well, you know what? A lot of people said that. A lot of people said that there's a lot of mixed reviews about the project, and I'm not going to go through the whole project. And I listened to it. Me and the wife sat down, and I said, I'm going to give Bieber a second so I can make an informed response and review of the project.
Right.
And I listened to it. And I'll be honest, he is not as washed up as I thought he was. He's not.
He got talent.
Yeah, he's still
He's got
talented.
talent.
He still can sing a little bit. He's definitely done some drugs.
Yeah.
And his ideas are all over the place. The whole album is like a fruit salad. Like there's all types of stuff in there. So there's one particular song
I see
though.
what you did there.
Yeah.
Fruit salad and you were close to Diddy. I see what you did.
Yeah, he was very close to Diddy. Too close, apparently. But he did this song.
Continue with the fruit salad.
He did this song with Glorilla, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. Up until that song, I was kind of like, all right, this thing isn't too bad. I never thought I would say that Glorilla could destroy a song by Justin Bieber, but Glorilla had no place in this song. I don't even know why she was there. Like she was talking regular. Is it Glorilla? Let me double check it. Which one is it? Sexy Red. I'm sorry. It was Sexy Red.
Okay, Sexy Red. Okay.
Yeah, it was Sexy Red. So let me not say that.
You answered your own question.
It was Sexy Red.
I know it wasn't Glorilla because she just won a gospel Oscar. I mean, a gospel Grammy, bro.
Well, I could play like 10 seconds of it for the people. You ain't gonna hear it though. I don't think you're gonna be able to hear it.
Roll the dice, baby. Roll the dice.
Let's roll the dice on it. Let's roll the dice on it. Hold on.
But what Al said though, that Clips album, no, hell.
No, I did. That's a good one. This wasn't bad. It just when this happened. Hold on, let me see if I can get this. I don't think you can hear that. You can't hear that.
No.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there because they'll hit me with the copyright joint. If y'all want to listen to it, it's on YouTube Music. I'll put a link in the description. You can go check out the project. It's not that bad, but I'm just saying, why do they do features with people just for the sake of saying that they're on a song together? Some people don't fit in the song, so it's like, why put them there? It diminishes the quality of the artistry. It's like you're just putting them there because they got a name right now. Sexy Red is not that good at anything other than being Sexy Red.
This lets you know how long he's been making this album, because Sexy Red ain't been talked about in real circles and I don't know how long, not how many months, right? Other than this, just doing something trifling. But musically, there ain't nobody really talking about it, right?
Yeah, Glorilla has had some hits. That's why I feel bad that I said Glorilla at first. Even though I'm not a big fan of her music myself, what I'm saying is she done had a few joints that bumped, that got some real airplay. I think she's won a couple of awards. She recently won a gospel award, if I'm not mistaken.
Gospel, yes.
Yeah, because she did something with Kirk Franklin. Yeah, Sexy Red could not do that. Yeah. And it's like, even on this song, she's talking about her coochie and her butt the whole time, and like her insides.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Sexy Red. I think that she is just like the epitome of, I think she's a joke on the hip hop industry. Plus, she looks like her bad breath has bad breath. You know what I'm saying?
She's definitely not, in my book, a talented artist, but she definitely has a market. They love her. The people love her, man. Yo, I'm telling you, they love her.
I get it, but that's the problem, That's the problem. Like, remember even when our party music said something? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So at least something. And that's not talking just about genitalia and buttholes the whole time. Like,
look,
I don't know.
I got the thing playing in the background here. The people can hear it.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Yeah, good talking over it, though. That'll get us past the copyright.
There we go.
They get the point. They get the point anyway.
Yeah, they get the point. They get the point. You know what I mean? Let's just go ahead and I'm glad Biebs is doing something because he needs something to occupy his time because he just got a whole bunch of money and sitting at home. No, let him use his talents, even if he makes a mistake and team up with Sexy Red every now and again.
Every once in a while, he's forgiven. Like I said, I thought he was washed up. I really did. Me personally, I thought he was like Mary Lou Retton.
Life, bro.
Yeah, I thought he had the life Mary Lou Retton had. That's what I was thinking. And it turned out he's still got some vocal talent. He can still sing a little bit. And he apparently was playing the guitar and a lot of the stuff. And so he's all right. He's all right. Nice. I wish the best for him. I'm hoping that they don't, slaughter him for the project. I think it was a pretty good project considering the kind of shit that's out today. So I give him a little purge applause for his project. All right. Look, that's it. Just a little one. Okay. All right. So
what does company man say? He said 1 second.
So this next story, now the next story we're going to run into, this one is not going to get an applause because it goes along the lines of what's the kind of crazy stuff that you manage to catch in public places. And sometimes you see some things and it makes you doubt that the world is even real. Like when you see people do certain things, you're like, yo, am I even existing here? How are people getting these ideas in their head? Well, this guy apparently used a fountain as a public washroom in front of a bunch of people. Now, there's not going to be any dingleberries in this clip, okay? So anybody that was getting happy about that, stop. It's not that kind of clip. It's not that kind of show. We're not dingleberries over here, okay? But let me make sure it comes up first, because sometimes, these things get taken down as soon as I get them up. See, this is not what we're doing. Not what we're doing. Y'all ready? Prepare yourselves, get your freaking popcorn, and hit the damn like button. And thank you to Hopeton Hibbert, who just subscribed. So thank you for doing so. At least I know somebody's paying attention to what we're talking about over here. So let me check this out. I'm sorry.
How funny as hell. He said dude in the fountain probably listened to Sexy
Red. He felt
Red.
dirty. He felt so dirty after listening to Sexy Red, he had to go clean himself off immediately. So let me bring it over for the folks. I forgot to do the thing. Shut up, yo. No. That booty hole. I wasn't ready. All right, here we go. It's a 20-second clip. Take your fill.
Oh, this is fucking ass. What the fuck?
It is kids. Hold on a second. Hold on. Pause. Does he have soap on his head? Like, did he plan this?
Wait, hold on. Like, did he take a log out and throw it in the pool?
I don't think he did that. I think he was just working on it. He's just working on it. He's working on it. I don't know what he's working on, but he's working on it right here. Whatever it is, he's working on it. So, I don't know if he's pulling something out, putting something in, and then he takes his hands and then he splashes his face with it. Oh my God.
He probably had monkey butt, man.
But
you know what I mean?
Isn't there a washroom?
I can't take it no more.
I think this is a public pool, and it's very shallow, so there's definitely kids in it. So it's probably not the worst thing that's happened to this pool.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying, it's public water. That's the least.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. He's helping with the minerals. There's minerals in what he's doing.
Right. He puts vitamin B12 in that bitch.
Oh my God.
The dirt vitamin.
So apparently that's what somebody caught on film. My issue was, why didn't anybody say anything? Like, nobody was over there like, yo, like none of that. Everybody just kind of looked away. You see the lady in the back as she turned her head like, I'm just going to act like I don't even see this. I ain't getting in that water anyway.
I don't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well,
what he doing.
If you're feeling that dirty, because I feel like I see soap in his head. Like he came out there with this intent. Like, yo, I'm taking a full-blown bird bath out here today.
I'm not mad at him. Look, here's the thing is, I'm not mad at him because he kept his bits covered and he got the job done.
He got the job done. That is true.
To be honest with you.
That is very true. And I mean, this is a public pool, so taxpayer dollars are probably paying for this. So to a degree, it's his pool.
There it is.
It's his pool.
There it is.
Yo, Al Bond jumps in the chat. Al jumped in the chat and said, what you going to say, though? Stop. Obviously, he don't care. Obviously, he said, hey, bro, you missed the spot. You still got some shampoo or something in your head, man. You need to dunk your head.
Yo, he probably was listening. To Sexy Red. Booty hole brown.
Booty hole brown. Booty hole brown. Booty hole brown. Booty hole brown. He got the booty hole brown. Anyway, okay. All right, I'm through with that. But I always wonder when you see something like this, the guy who was filming obviously had an issue with it, but the people that seemed like they were close to it,
yeah,
with the kids and all that, nobody said nothing. But he makes a good point. What are you going to say? I mean, at least say something. Let me think that you care. Because if not, he's going to do this somewhere else. We can't have this done.
What is like? What's the complaint though? The fact that he touched his butthole and washed it off in water. The water's already rinsing his ass anyway. If he gets into it, it's already happening. It's already happening.
You know,
he's just concentrating it.
You make an interesting point, but I just don't think you're supposed to squeegee your butt in front of the kids at the public pool. I don't know. Might be a law against it. Might be a law against it.
Maybe he's European. Maybe they have different rules over there.
Well, this clip is going viral, so you know they're going to dox this guy at some point. They're going to find out who he is. They're going to give out his address, and a bunch of people are going to probably take dumps on his lawn or something. Gotta love the internet. Gotta love it.
Watch it be like the hand sanitizer king of Ohio or something like that. You played right into my hand.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get away from this guy because he apparently has a dirty ass. And, you know, if it's that dirty, maybe you shouldn't be in the pool. Maybe and it doesn't even look like he has swimming trunks on. Like, he's just being disrespectful.
Yeah,
he's got on regular ass cargo shorts and shit.
That's how you know he's over 30 years old.
He doesn't even care no more. He doesn't even care no more. Got his shirt off.
He's a dad.
Yeah, he's somebody. That's probably his kid right over there. Yo, he probably is a homeless person though.
That's hilarious.
He could be. He could be homeless. I don't know. But they're telling us that parasites thrive in public pools, especially if sanitation isn't on point. So protect your family by deworming regularly. Aren't we dropping flies to deal with worms?
Jesus.
Deworming regularly?
Yeah, deworming?
Like, damn,
That's
just take a shower. Wash your hands. Just wash your hands sometimes in your face. You want to get to deworming, like, Jesus. Like, what are you dealing with, livestock?
Are we swimming in the Amazon?
Like, what are we talking about here? She went to an extreme on this post. Stay cautious. You got us scared. Deworming. Make sure you deworm every time you come home. You never know what you walk through.
Hell yeah. I'm like, are you sponsored by ivermectin? Like, what's happening?
It's very Karenistic to just assume that the most important thing to do is to deworm yourself. Anyway.
Deworming. That's a bit much.
Yeah, that is a bit much. I don't know about that one. All right, I'm through with these folks. All right, now the next one is,
please.
This is going to be interesting to you. This one's going to be interesting to you. Yeah. This one is going to blow your mind, okay? I have been sent a clip of a young 17-year-old Georgia girl named Sarah Grace, who is making headlines right now. She was recently arrested because she is accused of unaliving her mom and her stepdad in their sleep while her 6-year-old sister was in the next room, and then acted like she didn't know what happened. And does something else. Let me show you what else she does. Hold up. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, it didn't switch the thing. It keeps doing this. You can't see it, I can see it, but the people can see it.
It's okay.
Hey, make sure that you like and subscribe to the damn channel, okay?
For sure.
All right, so her name is Sarah Grace, and she has been accused of the M word, okay? Yeah. Put that in my description here. Hold on, so the people can see it if they want to know what the story is about. We're gonna call it the M word, all right?
Right.
But this is her speaking at the funerals of the parents that she M-worded. Hold on, I need more volume here. There's no more volume. Read the captions, guys.
Oh, I can hear it well.
But every single time I read it, it puts me to a lot of peace. So I thought I'd share it. May 23rd, 2018, Deuteronomy 6:5. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength.
And she gave a 3.5-minute speech at the funeral of the persons to whom she created the funeral of.
We can't always choose the music.
I told you why people got superpowers, man.
Diabolical, bro.
She was always dancing to
I
her
told you, it's superpowers, man.
She wrote that herself.
I'll tell you what, she doesn't look
I'm
17 in this picture either.
It's all in place, but until
You know, I'm not trying to get in trouble, but she's obviously not trying to look like a child. That's what I'm saying.
Easy there, Doc.
Yeah, easy. Back it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, well, we get the point of whatever she's saying because we know it's all bullshit, so I don't really need to listen to her speech.
How long did it take for them to catch her?
Well, it took a few months. So let's check the story out. Took a few months. They're just now getting her arrested. So let's see what we got here. In Atlanta, Georgia, months after Carroll County couple was found in their home, the woman's 17-year-old daughter has been arrested and charged with murder. So she killed her mom and her stepdad. She doesn't look the same in this picture as she did in the other one. She looks like a baby boy. She looks like a baby boy in this one.
Right. She looks like her name is Calvin.
Yeah. So apparently, back in February, they came to the home. They found the couple shot. The 6-year-old daughter found the bodies, and this girl was the one that called 911. She turned herself in because her biological father told her to. So I don't know what goes through the mind of a child that wants to unalive their own parents in the house and all that. It's just a lot to that. Diabolical. But here's the question. Should she be charged as an adult?
Yep. She killed 2 people. So that's twice what a juvenile should get. So that's 1 adult. Here's my math.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting story because a lot of times you think that these youngins get off, you know? Like they commit a crime, and because they're a minor, when they commit the crime, they get off. So
speaking of youngins getting off, I'm wondering the backstory of this, because the only thing that will make me change my tune is that the stepfather was doing something and the mother wasn't
stopping it. Yeah, I see what you mean. That could be true.
That's
that
the
could
only
be
thing
true.
that could make me take a little bit of teeth out of what I'm saying, but she still needs to pay for her crime.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, that takes the teeth out of it. But you know what I mean? But all I'm saying is that I don't know what happened, but I know that if it wasn't the thing that I just mentioned before, then that's just some straight up Menendez shit. And
yeah, it sounds Menendez-y, but you never know. Like you said, it could be that she did have something happen to her. I don't know. I really don't know. Now that you mentioned it, that's the only thing that might drive somebody to thinking like that. So it might be that that's the actual story. And even then, you do have to pay for your crimes. But
it ain't the only
well, now at 7, a teenager in Carroll County charged with murdering her mother and stepfather in their own home.
Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer explains how police pieced together chilling evidence.
All right, so how'd they catch her? That's my question.
Well, investigators say they sifted through hours and hours of digital as well as physical evidence to get to this day. A shocking revelation and a months-long mystery in Carroll County.
We know the public has been eager for answers, and we want to be clear. So have we.
The Carroll County Sheriff's Office says it was 17-year-old Sarah Patrick who shot and killed her own mother, 41-year-old Kristen Brock, and her own stepdad, 45-year-old James Brock. All happening back on February 20th at their home.
We don't know what goes through the mind of a child who wants to harm their parents.
It was their youngest daughter, who's 6 years old, who found them. Deputies say her older sister, Sarah Patrick, was the one who called 911 herself. We talked to Kristen Brock's father, Dennis Nolan, right after the murders happened.
To get someone that mad at you to come into your bedroom and just cold-heartedly, you know, murder. And, don't understand. I need closure on it.
Authorities hope today can lead to that needed closure. The sheriff's office says James Brock had overcome many heart health issues only to be killed violently.
To have his life cut short when he was given so many opportunities to live, to me, that's a big takeaway from this story.
The family has been cooperative in the investigation. And we're told Sarah Patrick's father drove her to the jail to turn herself in. She will be charged as an adult.
Oh, she
As
will
for
be
why
charged
this
in adult.
happened, that's still unclear, but we do know the investigation is still
the
wide
little
open,
sister told.
and more arrests and
Good,
charges
good.
could be on the horizon. In Carroll County, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
All right, so they said that it's still an open investigation, and maybe they'll find out something that the dude may have done to this child, but he ain't here no more, so if that's the case, then problem solved.
Exactly.
So, hate to say it that way, but you know.
So, but here's the thing, like, I don't know what's up with him because, you know, he's had heart issues in the past. I don't know how vigorous he would be to be able to do these things. It's just, we don't know enough, but we know it is wrong to shoot your parents in the middle of the night. And it sounds like the little sister, you know, dropped a dime on the whole thing as well. The 6-year-old whose father that was. You know what I mean? Because I think the stepfather was the 6-year-old's father.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So there's a lot of dynamics get a little screwy when you have step parents and children that don't share the same father and all that kind of stuff. It does get a little funky. So I'm hoping that that's not the case. I'm hoping that, you know, it was just some crazy little Caucasian over there doing Caucasian stuff. But if it was that somebody was touching on this person, and you know what? Hey.
She really wanted to test the superpowers tonight.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's continue. Let's continue because apparently that's how they're getting down in Atlanta right now. So we're not going to Atlanta. But
that's how they doing it.
Let's continue.
That's how they doing it.
All right. So let's go back to the next story. Let's get to the next thing. Get to the next thing.
Release. Yeah. Show me the list, man.
Yes. Good. All right. Well, now we're gonna get into the last piece here because we're gonna have a little fun. But you know, everybody has heard recently about this Epstein case, right? I covered it for a hot minute the day when they dropped the bullshit, right? And recently, a lot of people have been talking. A lot of the conservative bigwigs and the news people and everything, like I figured, you know, everybody's talking about it. But I saw, not a big fan of Megyn Kelly, but I saw Megyn Kelly get on this thing and she did talk about something. And I wanted to have a discussion with you guys about it, okay? Once you hear what she has to say. I'm going to let her say her piece. And we're going to dig into this a little bit. We're going to dig into Megyn just a smidgety because... Did I say that? I said it. I mean...
You did. You definitely did. You definitely did. And you meant it.
I did mean it. I do mean that we're going to dig up in Megyn for a second. But not really, because she, honestly, I think I like what she was trying to say from what I've heard so far. So I've heard half of this. We're going to hear the whole thing together, okay? As a team,
you know,
as a group,
clocks right twice a day.
The Purge Collective. And if you're just coming into the live, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you check out our merch on freemanservices.org, and that's freemansvcs.org/shop. Make sure you check that out. Help us out and do what we do over here creating this great content. All right, on to the story.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha and gotcha. All right. Okay, switch that time.
Anticipation, bro.
All right, well, we're going to see what they got to say. We're going to see what they got to say.
Has anyone been on X in the past hour?
They're happy. That's why you know they haven't
That's
been
right.
on social media.
We'll update you.
Why don't you update them, Megyn?
Well, this is the first big scandal, I'd say, of the Trump administration that's on Team Rational. It's not a fake media scandal like the left tries to create for President Trump every other day. It's one of the right's own making, and it's not going well.
Well, let her finish.
And it has to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. Let me just ask you, make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Raise your hand if it matters a lot to you. Raise your hand. So every hand of 7,000 people.
Everybody cares.
A lot. I said a lot. Every hand.
Here's what I think is happening. I don't think President Trump is focused on this. He's focused on a lot of other things which are going great, and he needs to be focused on those other things. Jeffrey Epstein's not the most important thing on his agenda by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he's crushing it on the tariffs, foreign policy, just got nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. If not Trump, then who? Honestly.
That's funny to me. I'm not going to lie. I heard about that earlier, that Trump's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. But the question she asked afterwards was like, well, who? Because they always got to nominate somebody. They got to nominate somebody. And at this point, everybody overseas is shooting at each other.
Who did something, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying right now.
Not
because
everybody.
he said the word peace more than other people. He said that word more than others. So the prize is
so silly.
The prize is for peace. The word, okay?
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop validating people who don't do their job. We just need to stop doing.
Yeah,
that.
I think that's hilarious.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Weren't we supposed to be doing something about waste, fraud, and abuse?
Yeah. Well, now we're gonna get the Peace Prize. Okay, we get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize after 9 months in office. He had done nothing.
Hey, well, I mean,
He gave a nice speech about Muslims, and they gave it to him.
Okay, so it doesn't seem
President
like
Trump
it
should be
takes a
getting the
lot to
Nobel
get it
Peace
there.
Prize, and there's all sorts of things he's focused on. I just don't think this has captured his attention quite yet. But it needs to, because it's starting to create a real hornet's nest within the administration.
Okay.
And I've got to be honest, I blame Pam Bondi.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you why, okay? I have nothing, yes, incompetence, yes.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Pam Bondi as a human being. I was fine with her nomination.
I'd pay
and her
to see that,
confirmation
Bravo.
she's
I'd
been
pay to see
loyal
it.
to the president, and I get that President.
Not gonna lie, I would pay to see it. Little celebrity boxing with Pam Bondi and Megyn Kelly. I would pay it. I'd pay a little something.
I donate the baby oil.
Yeah, I would. You know, hate me for whatever you want to hate me for, but I would definitely tune into that.
Trump needs a loyal attorney general. Look what happened with Sessions the first time. He went away, and then the next thing you know, we had the Mueller investigation, and it was a nightmare. But there are a lot of other people who can be loyal and competent in that job.
Okay.
She is the reason that things are unraveling around this story right now that virtually all of the Republican Party cares deeply about.
Because their names are in there.
It's also true that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel had questions about Epstein before they took office, before they went into the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
But once they joined the FBI, they said nothing. They've kept their mouths shut about Epstein. You have not seen them, except for one joint appearance with Dan and Kash on Fox, running all over the media looking for attention on this, yes, clickbaity story. Who have you seen? Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it, it's on her desk, it's coming tomorrow, you're going to see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. So you either believe that Pam Bondi was telling the truth then, or that she's telling the truth now. But both cannot be true. She was either lying when she went on Fox News all those times, saying, I've got it, we're looking at it, wait until you see it, it's horrible. Or she's lying in her 2-page memo that they released on a Sunday night at the tail end of a holiday weekend to Axios, as if Axios is where we all go for our news. Hell no. She went to someone she knew would not kick the tires on the story, and without signing the memo, dropped it in the dead of night and said, that's it, take it.
Hold on a second now. I didn't mean to pause
Take
it.
the crumbs and be happy. Refuse to come out and give a presser. Come out and give a press conference. Stand there for 6 hours to the point where people are dying of boredom. They've asked all their questions. That's how you put a scandal to rest. But she wouldn't even sign her name to it. And I'm telling you, I have dollars to donuts. It's going to come out that there was internal consternation over that memo and whose name did and did not go on it and who it was and was not behind it. And so now you have a situation where her words on the record on Fox News are diametrically opposed to what she put in this memo. She's embarrassed the president. She's embarrassed herself. And Dan and Kash, to the extent they've had to sign off on that, let's understand the FBI is controlled by the DOJ. FBI is subservient to DOJ. She's their boss. That they're in this position where the only comments they've made on the record as administration officials have been, we don't think he killed himself, and we don't think he got murdered. We think he did kill himself. We've looked at the tapes, and Kash to Joe Rogan saying, if I saw all these tapes of Jeffrey Epstein with little girls, trust me, I would show you. But I haven't seen it. Okay, so what they're saying now is consistent with what they've said since they joined the office, and that is one of the many reasons why this scandal is
real points.
Well, what's the real point?
Okay, so follow me on this.
I'm
the
following.
real point is that the client list in how it's being described does not exist. What the client list was, what they're talking about is evidence number 56 or 53, which was Ghislaine Maxwell's Little Black Book, which had a whole bunch of names and addresses and contact information for a lot of rich and powerful people.
Right.
It was already released back in like 2018, I think, or 2016. But it was redacted. In some seedy circles, you can find the unredacted version. So this shit has been out there for a while. Now, that's point number one.
Right.
So point number two, how can you claim there are 1,000 victims and there is no evidence that can be?
But that's Pam Bondi's fault, though. Pam Bondi said that shit.
No, I know. I'm not worried about the fault. I'm worried about just the facts, right?
Right.
There's no way you can report 1,000 victims without somebody being responsible, because that could not have been all Jeffrey on every tape, on everything.
Right.
It couldn't be him for all of those things. So there's obviously related parties. Number three, the issue that I really have is that this cognitive dissonance, or the selective thought pattern of people who want to believe conspiracies but don't like the ones that are inconvenient. You see what I'm saying? Like they want to believe something so hard, but then once it doesn't fit, now it's this. You know what I mean? Because when you build a coalition of people that follow you and you keep on telling them this conspiratorial thought and this conspiratorial thought, and then you change your mind, you've already whipped these masses up.
Yeah.
Do you not think they're gonna be mad as shit? Like,
and that's what I'm saying. So the question that's being asked.
Number four, the tape was doctored. Number four, the tape was doctored.
Which one?
The actual tape was doctored. The one of inside the cell, which did not even point to the cell, which all of a sudden, like the most important cell in the nation, the cameras on that row weren't working. And if you watch it at 10:30 something, something orange goes up the steps towards Jeffrey's cell. This is after lockdown.
That was the Grim Reaper.
At 10:30 something. Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, nothing's being explained properly. They said you'll give us the raw footage. The latest story is that footage, if you look at the EXIF data, came out of like Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, they did. They checked the metadata. You're right. Yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah. So this is all I'm saying. I'm like, this is like the most ham-fisted cover-up I've ever seen in my entire life, because it's a whole bunch of people who like to just say wild shit but never have to back it up. This is so bad. A serial criminal liar that happens to be in the White House said, "Why are you even thinking about this guy? Hey, look at my ceiling. I got pretty blind. I got pretty. Look at my chandelier."
Yo, that was hilarious
You know what
too.
I mean?
He's like, Epstein. Why is anybody talking about this guy still? Your lady just said it yesterday, man. Like, this is brand new again, Mr. Trump. When he said that, I was laughing my ass off. He's like, Epstein. Why is anybody still talking about this guy? Like, what's going on with you guys? Nope.
Right.
Nope. You don't get to do that this time. No, sir. Let these people be mad.
And Bondi did not take the hint. She didn't take the hint. You like, I don't know if you want to waste your time. Like, I'm ready to answer. And that goes right to Kelly's point.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, she should have let it be what he was saying. Yeah, what he said, bro, and then left it at that. But no, she wanted to jump out there and say, well, what I was trying to say was that I had a file on my desk. They replayed that clip enough times. I was like, she should have cleaned it up. If that was the case, she should have cleaned it up back then. But even so, I believe that what Megyn Kelly was saying about Pam Bondi was trying to make it bigger than it was, and it may have turned out that it just wasn't what that was. You see, like you said, it could just be a list of things that are not necessarily incriminating, but it's just records of, people that did business with the person, but not necessarily that they were trafficking minors, per se. So without that being proven, there's nothing to see here, really. Because we can come up with all the conspiracies in the world about who's on a list, but if there's nothing else other than their name on something saying that they might have been there, unless they can connect them to a crime, it's pointless. You're right. So
That's
We'll
that's
see.
the whole thing, and the fact that they went down this road so hard.
Oh, they went hard
so
down this
deep,
joint.
and it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it wasn't just Bondi doing it. It was Bongino. It was Cash. It was the president himself. It was JD Vance. It was all of them. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
They went down this road so hard, so fast,
and
now they want to get off this train, and they can't.
Well, that's the other part. Is I've heard that Bongino is thinking of resigning over this, and so that's what came down right after it. Well, a lot of people like Dan Bongino. I don't really, I didn't really watch him as a podcast or anything, but I know who he is. And a lot of people seem to think that they'd rather have him stay in his position than Pam Bondi continue to be the AG or whatever she is. So where's the damn story?
If he quits because shit got uncomfortable, and shit got wild, he's forced to say something that he didn't want to. You know what I mean? If he quits because of that, then he is just bitch made to me.
So you think he should stay and fight, basically?
Nothing to me. Hell yeah, that's what his whole brand is about. Exposing the truth and talking about the shit. Yeah, that's what his whole brand is. And then he finally gets a shot at the big time deputy FBI director, and he quits because the mean lady made him say something that he didn't want to say.
The mean lady. Well, I'm trying to get the video to come up, but they're trying to show us an ad right now. So we're going to see what Caitlin Collins has to say about this, because they can't stand her down at the White House. So I always like listening to her stories because I know she don't like them people. So it's always fun to hear her stories, because she'll present it, but you can tell she don't like them people, because they definitely give her a tough way to go in the press conferences. I've seen it. And it's not just, it's like everybody knows when Caitlin Collins is asking questions, give her
FBI Director Dan Bongino has told people that he's considering resigning amid a major clash between the FBI and DOJ over the continued fallout from the release, or lack thereof, of the Jeffrey Epstein memo. Joining us right now in Files, joining us right now on the phone is CNN anchor and chief White House correspondent Caitlin Collins. Caitlin, what more are you learning?
Yeah, Fred, it remains to be seen if he actually follows through with what he has told colleagues. But what we do know is that Dan Bongino has told people he is considering resigning as the deputy director of the FBI over the fallout that has continued ever since this memo was released last Sunday. The anger
Come on, Caitlin, get your audio together.
Continued to grow instead of going away, as some officials inside hoped it would. And now our colleagues, along with Christian Holmes, Hannah Rabinowitz, and Evan,
whoa. You see this man's hairline right here? This is a stressed hairline. This is a stressed hairline right here, bro. He is stressed out down there. You see this shit? Oh, I got it.
Like, I got your back.
Oh my
I got your
gosh.
back.
Like his shape up goes up and backwards and it comes back around. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it professional. Keep it professional.
We're hearing that he's considering resigning after they had this heated confrontation with the Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of this earlier this week. And basically there was a meeting at the White House where the FBI Director, Kash Patel, was there, the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. They were questioned about whether they were part of a story that
can't let go of his hairline right now. His hairline is talking to me and they keep showing the same images. I can't hear anything anymore.
You don't need to let go. His hairline is letting go. It's just
I can't even listen no more. His hairline is literally going like I just can't. Every image, I'm like, yeah, it's really far back. Like he should just go full baldy. Why not? They love that now.
He can do it.
He should. He should.
This memo that said we're not going to be releasing any more information.
Like, oh my God, y'all see. Dan Bongino, no hairline. That's what his name is.
Bongino, no fade.
No fade at all. Jeez.
To Jeffrey Epstein.
All right.
I should note that we were told
Bongino
denied leaking any story to this outlet that it was reported on. But there has been a lot of fighting between Attorney General Pam Bondi specifically and the leadership over at the FBI over who's to blame.
It's that image right there. That's the one that sets me off each time. Because there's hair there. But where it is,
Dewdrop said
yo, Dewdrop said his hairline is put in its letter of resignation a long time ago. That's what happened. His hairline
I'm giving you my 6-inch notice.
Yo, his hairline is receiving a pension right now. Ridiculous. All right. Professional. We're professional. We're being professionals. We're presenting the news. We got to be professional. Okay? All right.
Okay. Situation. I think the context here is obviously Dan Bongino, Papa Patel. They came from this MAGA world where they themselves had pushed a lot of questions about the so-called client list that Epstein had beforehand, and now the MAGA base is just not.
I'm gonna tell you what. Caitlin put the story together herself. She uses these pictures on purpose. She does not like these people. So if she put it together, like Cash Patel has 1,000 pictures on the internet. He looks like he's about to take a dump on himself in this picture. Like, come on, man. Y'all I get it, and it's hilarious to me, but I'm like, they really trying to make these people look really funny. The whole thing is really funny to me, but come on, man. Cash Patel is like, he looks fat in the picture. He doesn't even look that big normally. So we got Fat Cash and Balding Bongino over here. You got the Cash Cow and the Bald Bongino. And apparently they're talking about, there's some talk that they're going to resign over this. But I agree with you. If they believe that they were forced to say something that was incorrect, inconsiderate, or was a lie, then they should stay around so that they can expose that. But if they're quitting just because they had to say something they didn't like, you're not as effective outside of that space as you can be within it. Right. So I'm hoping that's
forever, no matter what you do in your respective careers after this, because this isn't forever. Whatever you do in your respective careers after this, if you quit, you are forever, bitch. Forever.
And we'll give Caitlin her.
When you had a shot to make something happen, you quit because the mean lady made you say something. You're a bitch.
Mean old Pam Bondi. Pam looks like she could be quite the biatch, though. I'm just saying, like, she looks like a bad neighbor. You know, she doesn't like your trash cans too close to her driveway, that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she runs the HOA.
Right, she runs the HOA and the PTA. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, so she's around your kids. Yeah, I saw your daughter the other day, and let's just say you wouldn't be proud. So, it's like, I don't know. I've always felt that way about Pam Bondi. She's that person I don't want to see. When, like, you live somewhere, like, you come outside and be like, oh, God, there goes such and such. That person. That's who she is.
Fucking Pam again.
God damn it, Pam. What, Pam? What? What do you want?
What?
Well, I noticed that your hedges were about 3 inches above the fence here. And, you know, with the HOA, you're not allowed to have the hedges come above your fence. Just thought you should know that because you might get a fine, and I don't want you to get a fine because I care about you. We're neighbors. That's how she'll approach that.
As a neighbor, you know what I mean? I couldn't help but notice that the squirrels come out of your yard and go into my yard. I was wondering if you could do something about it.
Right. Could you kill the squirrels that are coming around? Like, come on, man. But anyway, here's the thing.
Fucking squirrels, Pam.
I think you're more protected by staying in the position. I think if they believe that something nefarious happened and they walk away, that they would be less protected because they're more of a liability just running the streets. So I think they should stay with it so that, you know, they don't get a target immediately put on their backs. But at this point, nobody wants to, everybody's pissed at them because they feel like they're all in cahoots. So either somebody was lying then, they're lying now, or they purposely built up the story to make people feel a certain type of way about Epstein, and it wasn't really true. Like, what is the truth with this at this point? I don't know.
No, I think they built up a misnomer on the evidence that is present. I think they built it up to be more important or thought it might say more than it actually does. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is, and that fed a conspiracy. My issue is that they rode so hard on this issue that they had to know.
Yes.
They couldn't turn around and say, you know what I mean? They could not turn around and say, nah, nothing happened. When that was their whole thing. That's how they got on the radar to even be put in these spots, was talking so hard about this kind of stuff.
That is true. I remember watching the Cash Patel interview beforehand.
Yes.
And he said We're going to get to the bottom of it because we know that there's this, because when I worked there before, I saw this. We all thought that between him and Pam Bondi, somebody was going to really show us something. They didn't show us nothing. They sent the JFK stuff out. It wasn't nothing. MLK, it wasn't nothing. So I'm not expecting nothing from none of them at this point. So they can all quit for all I care. They can all quit.
Right.
If they're not going to do the damn job, everybody quit.
They released stuff that they already released and we already know. Oh, CIA killed MLK. We knew that.
Yeah.
The CIA killed JFK. We knew that.
Ben knew it. So thank you.
Stuff. Right.
But this Epstein shit, now they're going to be like, nah, but that thing, nah. That never happened. What are y'all talking about? What do you mean?
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do next? They're gonna release unredacted documents that claims that ice cream is actually cold.
Yes.
No shit.
Yes. And making sure of it. And I said honestly months ago that I didn't think they were really gonna be able to release what we thought would be released because there was too many powerful people that they would have questions about. Like if you're just on a list associated with somebody that does something nefarious, the news media will have it. You did the shit with them before they're done with you. Like you could just, they had your number in their phone. Never talk to you or nothing. Just you had their number. And before you know it, you're an accessory. And so they got rid of that story. That's done.
They claimed 1,000 victims and nobody's at fault.
That's
how does that work?
I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Which is why I feel like Bongino and them are like, you know what? I don't want to have to answer these kind of dumbass questions because people are going to ask this question. How do you have 1,000 victims and nobody's at fault? And somebody's got to answer for that. And Pam Bondi has not done a press conference since she dropped the thing saying that the case was closed. So nobody's getting any answers. And I'm telling you right now, when the time comes, she's not going to answer them questions at all. It's dead.
You know what
they killed it.
You know the funniest thing about all of this is? The funniest thing about absolutely all of this is that this is what turned those red hats around. Not stealing your health care, not stealing your Medicaid, not stealing everything else from you, not giving you more taxes while the top 1% get the biggest tax break in history. You know what I mean? None of that stuff is this. Is a pervert's client list.
Yeah,
That's what turns you around.
We need to know who our perverts are. That's it. That's all that's important. Forget this other stuff. Yeah, taxes, whatever. Who's the perverts? We need to know who the pervs are. Right. That's all. That's all they were concerned with. And you know, it's a valid concern. You don't want to be around the pervs if you can avoid it. So you like to know where the pervs are. So, but in this one,
I actually heard that Bongino's hairline was on the client list. That's why it's laying low.
Yes, it is. It is laying very low. So Caitlin has 30 seconds more of her audio that I'm going to play, and then we'll have our finalized discussion, and then we're going to stop our purging of the BS tonight. But I will say this. I have been waiting to see who's the first one of the Trump team of this time around to be gone. Last time, he was firing somebody every week. This time around,
couple times a week.
Yeah, this time around, everybody's still there. So I'm just waiting to see, well, who's the first one? Because that's normally what starts the domino effect. And then that's when people start to talking, and then they show up on the news. Yeah, I didn't like the guy anyway. He was doing it. That's when they do that. So we're going to see where this goes, but I feel like...
You know what's crazy? It's only been 7 months. It's felt like 4 years already. But it's only been 7 months.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. But when you're being forcefully penetrated, it doesn't need to take long to feel long, if that makes sense. All right. So let me finish the audio.
We're satisfied with what they said in this memo that came out unsigned from the Justice Department and the FBI on Sunday night. So what we are told is Dan Bongino did not show up to work today, that he is essentially not there out of protest. But whether or not he actually follows through on this still remains to be seen. We're still reporting that out. But it just speaks to the backlash that the White House is very much feeling and understanding after this memo came out, despite President Trump the other day in the cabinet room asking, who still cares about this? One thing we know is the MAGA base certainly does.
All right. Well, that's what Caitlin had to say. Hold up. Are they going to play the one where he says the thing? No, this is probably something else.
This is it.
I don't know. Let's see if it plays.
I think it's
they're giving us an ad. Sons of bitches.
No, ad now. Fuck it.
God, I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. Hate it when they do that. But anyway, yeah, I thought they were going to play it.
Use Brave?
What'd you say?
So you use Brave browser? Because that's that.
I do not use Brave.
I use the Brave browser.
Brave?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Because Brave. It's actually really good. It's a Chromium based, but it also automatically blocks a lot of ads.
Really?
Like all the side ads and stuff like that. Yeah. On your own time.
I'm going to check that one out. I never heard of that one. You said Brave? Like, like I am? Like I am as a person? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. It's easy to remember. It's easy to remember because that's who I am.
See, it's going to be like, it's going to be a orange line icon.
Okay. All right, well, guys, I believe that we have to close out this piece of the conversation just by asking the question, do we think that Pam Bondi should go, or Dan Bongino should go, or if everybody should go? Me, personally, I feel like everybody should go because the whole thing is just goofiness to me, and I don't trust none of them now. And if you're going to walk away from it, if you know it's something nefarious going on, I don't trust you either because you're just going to walk away from it and not take care of it when you're in the position to do so. So as far as I'm concerned, everybody's got to go. But in the chat, anyone in the chat, a number 1 if Pam needs to go, a number 2 if Bongino needs to go. Okay? Some of y'all been drinking, so I'm going to take a second. Number 3 is Cash Patel got to go. And number 4 is all of them got to go. All right? It's either one or all of them. Dewdrop is saying everyone should go. So, you know what? Because I'm the host and I want people to agree with me, I'm going to go with what Dewdrop said.
There you go.
Everybody gotta go.
The thing is that it's absolutely crazy what's going on. We're starting to find out real time that these people had no idea what they were doing in the very first place. And just being loyal to a person is not the same as being qualified for your job.
That is true.
That's, you know what I mean? It might be a prerequisite, but it's not qualifications. You see what I'm saying? And I would rather have somebody who knows how to do the fucking job well.
Right.
Who's had experience in some of the job well before they give him the keys of the kingdom. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's how I make sense out of things.
Well, the Purge Collective in the chat here seems like they're a little split on a few things here between Grush Diva and Dewdrop. I still think everybody should go, but Grush Diva put in a trick answer. 1 and 3 got to go, but 2 because of 3. So I'm not sure. It makes sense. It makes sense if you write it out into a formula. But at the end of it, the end sum is everybody in that crew got to go. They haven't given y'all nothing since they got there. Remember all these promises about the JFK thing and everybody was doing content on it. They was getting all the views. Hey, we're going to be here when they release the Epstein files live. And they redacted the crap out of that. Like, come on, guys. This crew has been playing with y'all backside with no lubrication, okay? I'm saying it.
That publicity event where they had all of the red pill or the MAGA streamers come to the White House and get the Epstein files.
Yeah, they were cheering and shit.
Redacted more versions. Those were versions with the already original redacted stuff, but they redacted even more of those things, and then gave it to them.
And then everybody came online like, this is some bullshit. That's what all of those people said. So,
you didn't know that back in fucking March?
So at this point, I don't think we should have expected anything different. I think we should have understood it when Pam first got there and didn't release that stuff. The case was already closed. You could have dumped that on the populace in 2 weeks. So when it didn't happen, I was like, yeah, they're not getting to that because there's too many people on there that may or may not have done certain things. But if you have a person's name involved, the way that the conspiracy theorists are and the media and stuff like that and people that just want some clicks on their content, before you know it, it's Barack Obama was messing with 8-year-old girls in the back seat of a car. So You got to be careful with that. So I get why they would not want to release that, because it's probably a lot of stuff that needs context, and they're not going to be able to give it. So they just like, we can't put it out there.
But the thing is that facts are facts are facts. Yep. If these documents are here, as long as it's not a part of an ongoing case, if it's like extra stuff that are tangential but not considered evidence in an ongoing case, I say just let that shit out. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's how I feel, but but at this point, I think they use a lot of these things just to distract the public while they're doing some other stuff. Because there was some folks in the White House this week talking big numbers, and I can't get into that topic on this particular show because I got to do more investigation. I'll be honest, but they were talking about big numbers, a bunch of trade deals with China and all that kind of stuff, because they want to have China have U.S. made goods in China. China's not trying to have that. So, of course, Trump is threatening tariffs again. So it's a lot of back and forth with that. But on an economic scale, they're doing a lot of backroom stuff. And in the front line is where they're showing us this Epstein thing. So at this point, we just want somebody to go down for something. So if it's going to be Pam Bondi, fine. Cash Patel, fine. Dan Bongino, fine. His hairline's already gone down. So at this point, I don't even care. I don't care about the Department of Justice. They already shut down all of the civil rights cases they were doing anyway. Yeah, man. I'm not even like pleased with the fact that somebody talking about quitting. Right. No, you signed up for that job. Now go do it. Real talk.
Right.
Go do it correctly. Whatever it correctly is, go do it. Don't go back home and now you get to write a damn book about your little couple of months that you was in a job and didn't really do nothing. I didn't see him do nothing.
That's exactly what I was going to bring that up too. I was going to bring that up, but I forgot that point. I'm like, yo, just wait for the onslaught of insider books.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was on the inside. You know what I mean?
Everybody's going to write a book. Everybody's going to write one. All of them. Even press secretary lady. They're all going to be writing books. Yep. So thank you, America. We're going to be paying these people to tell us nothing for the rest of their lives. They ain't going to say nothing. None of this is coming out. We're not even high enough on the totem pole to be privy to that information. So just let it go. Epstein list ain't coming out. The Department of Justice is not here for you. It's for the Department of the Justice of the United States federal government. And they don't want all that to come out. Not if there's senators and all types. No. The backlash and the fallout and the collateral damage would be just too much. It would be too much. And I hate to say it, I understand it. America could not handle all of that. We just couldn't. So they can't give it to us. They can't give it to us.
I honestly think this is an unintentional distraction because I don't know if these viewers have been watching, but it's been a big piece of legislation that just passed that fucks over 70% of the nation.
A lot of people. And then right behind that, they said, but this Epstein thing, and now everybody's talking about that shit. And I said to the people, let's get past it, because what they're going to do down there is keep us talking about Epstein, who's not even here no more. So even if he was doing certain things, he definitely can't do them no more. And if you didn't catch people when you did, there's statutes of limitations, all types of stuff, and extradition, and Epstein was on a particular island. They'll say the law didn't apply. They'll give you lines of bullshit. So let's just let it go. Let's just let it go. And that's it. Stop leaving it up to the public opinion. If you're going to bring charges, bring them. If not, don't say nothing. Because that's what just happened. They said this for like years. Epstein was years of talk. It wasn't a couple of weeks. Now, all of a sudden, there's nothing to see here. Everybody, why are y'all still talking about it? Because y'all kept us talking about it. You kept bringing it up. Anyway, see, I'm getting frustrated because now they got the whole populace focused on this thing and focused on whether or not Dan Bongino quits or not. But if he stays or not, if he's not doing the job, I don't want him there. Whoever they are.
This is Pizzagate all over again.
Bullshit gate is what it's called. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. They done took all this time. Meanwhile, there's rockets and shit still being sent to Ukraine to keep war going on over there. Like, but let's forget about that. Let's worry about this Epstein thing for a little bit. bullshit. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna get myself in trouble tonight. I already know.
It's always been a distraction.
Yeah, man. They just got people thinking, oh, we're gonna get all of the inside information. You didn't get shit. And they left a menu on Axios in the middle of the night, like, screw y'all. Like, it was disrespectful, in my opinion, how they handled it. Very disrespectful to the American people, man. Very disrespectful. People were waiting hand and foot on this information, and you just going to say, you know what? When y'all wake up tomorrow, you're going to see a story that the case is closed. And that's what happened. And now people are asking questions they're never going to answer. I guarantee Pam Bondi will never do a press conference just about this Epstein thing. When they bring it up, she's going to move on to the next conversation. This conversation is over down there. They're not even going to have it no more.
Oh, I know. I think the worst part about it is all of their so-called evidence just makes them look like they're covering up more.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
And they are.
I'm like, that's so dumb. It's dumb.
So
like,
I'm not even
dumb. Like, did you not look?
I'm not even gonna do it with them. Like I said, I get to a point with these folks where I realize that I have been got because I gotta pay attention to the news because we do this show. So I hate when I start investigating something or looking into something and then they feed me bullshit the whole time and I'm like, yeah, I don't even like where this is going. But at least to get to the end and there's something. There was nothing here. Like, this is grasping at straws. So what, 10 years people would talk about Epstein? Wasn't it like 10 years? How long ago did he go to jail? I don't even remember. It's exactly 10 years. We've been talking about this thing that never happened. So forget it, guys.
Funny. You know what else is funny? Like 12 million moved from his account to his personal bank after he died.
Right.
And they said the 2 million of it was a mistake, but the balance, the large part of the balance, disappeared.
They don't know where it is, huh? Yeah, that sounds like some bullshit too.
This is so crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. So since we've purged well enough tonight, I believe that I've gotten this out my system. I don't feel as frustrated as when I started the stream because I believe that we have purged the BS effectively tonight. So I want to give a special thanks to Bravo for running this one with me. Everybody, a lot of stuff was going on, so schedules got messed up. But next week is going to be a fire show on Saturday. So make sure y'all tune in. We got special guests coming on. It is going to be off the hook. So for those that love this show and support this show, you got to be here for that because the thing is growing now. So thank you very much for your support. But I'm going to give some shout outs, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Is that cool, Bravo?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
And I want to give a shout to Chief in the chat. Chief had me cracking up for a minute in the chat over there. But Chief wants to thank Mary Lou Retton for the entertainment today. And I would like to thank Mary Lou Retton for that wonderful attempt at the field sobriety test that she gave us. It was great for the content, great for the conversation. So I'm going to give her the purge applause. Yes.
And she's also the first one to do a pass out crasher.
Yeah. So we're good. I've never seen anybody threaten to not breathe. Like I'm gonna pull the plug on myself. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen that. But anyway, special shouts to Chief in the chat, Dewdrop in the chat, Paul Warner that stopped in, Grush Diva that was in the chat. Of course, my Sergeant in Arms, Al Bond in the chat, making sure y'all act right. And y'all did so well today. We had a bunch of spectators. Y'all can hit the like button. It's okay. We don't bite. Purge Collective. We just purging the BS over here. It's all in good fun. Who else? Tamra stopped in. So special shouts to Tamra. I hadn't seen her in a while. She's been traveling a lot. So thank you for stopping in, Tamra. Who else was in here? IMZ came in. Jeff Kendall was in. Who else do we have in here? We had a few. If I missed you, it's fine. Purple Groovy, one of my mods. She was here early. Was she here? I'm not even sure what Purple Groovy is. Purple Groovy is purpley and groovy.
Is the best. Is the best.
Purple Groovy is the best. There you go. Because I'm sorry.
Also, new sub Fanwell Addo.
Shouts to Fanwell Addo for the subscription. And Hopeton Hibbert, which is an interesting name. I don't know if that's a real name, but it's kind of catchy. Sounds like an actor's name, Hopeton Hibbert. So Hopeton Hibbert came on in. But for the rest of y'all, everybody who's part of the Purge Collective, you know I will be back on Tuesday with the Tuesday show to see what we got that happens over the weekend, and we'll talk about whatever at that point. But until then, if you don't go out here and do something better than sit around and watch us on the podcast for the next couple hours, make sure you check out my boy Freezy too. But if you're not doing nothing positive or productive, then that, my friends, is the bullshit. We are out of here. Let's go.